And Jordan, we are back. I know everybody's very excited. We are back. It's another episode of Movies, Music, and Middle Age. So thank you everybody for listening as usual for the first time.
Yo,
Okay, that one's old.
what up, dogs? That is old. Now
Yeah,
it's going back to.
yeah, we're 3 weeks in a row with that joke. Okay, we are back for another episode. And Jordan, do you want to tell the nice people out there what we are going to be talking about today?
Today we are talking about the objectively top five arcade
Objectively,
games.
this is
Objectively.
scientifically proven. We have data to back it up. We actually hired an independent firm to
We
do a
had the
survey.
mainframes spinning tape extra time to crunch these numbers, and what we came out with were the definitive top five arcade games.
Yes, yes. So this week we are going to be talking about our completely objective top five arcade games. So Jordan's top five arcade games of all time, my top five arcade games of all time. And again, as always, folks, this is not, most influential, most popular, highest selling, most popular, whatever, right? This is just our favorite games for whatever reason, nostalgia,
And I
pure
might shit
insanity.
on Gen X with like my take on stuff. So
I do want to preface this by saying, and I think Jordan will back me up on this, that we randomly, I mean, honestly, more for time purposes, we picked five. Could have picked 10. I could have picked 10 without even breaking a sweat. I could have picked 20 without breaking a sweat. So this is not to mean or suggest that there's nothing else that we like and this is all we want to play, for the rest of our lives. These are just, like I said, for the purposes of time, nobody wants to hear a 3 hour episode of us talking about video games. So yeah, top five, but there could easily be 20 for each of us. And I think Jordan would agree.
Um, yeah, and I would say also that a lot of the allure of the arcade. I mean, do people really know what an arcade game? Because I'm throwing out here the fact that there were places you had to go to play certain games, and not your laptop or your Xbox,
Yes,
um,
yes. For the
or an
youngins out there,
emulator.
back in the, mid to late 80s, very, very early 90s, which is the time frame we're probably going to hit on if I had to guess. There were basically two kinds of video games. There were the ones that you could play at home, which were infinitely less high tech, right? Very, not as involved graphics, not the sound wasn't as good. It was just less, right? It wasn't not as powerful, or they were not as powerful as the games in the arcade. So you could play at your house and play a very dumbed down version of some of these games, or you could play in the arcade where it was the best picture, it was the best sound, it was the best graphics, it was the most involved game you could have, right? So if you wanted to play some of the cutting edge games at that time, you had to go to the arcade and plunk down a quarter or $5 worth of quarters, right? So it's kind of a dying art, but it is kind of ironic, and this is a total coincidence that I did go to an arcade today where they have all skee ball and pinball games and old arcade games, and we
Was
did
it
play.
Barcade or one of those
It
types of
was
places?
Silverball Museum. It's called Museum, but it's actually an arcade down in Asbury Park. And they
The
actually
old
have.
silver ball. Does
They,
anyone know what that like?
Let me tell you, I'm being completely serious. Zero sarcasm. I know I'm pretty sarcastic on the show. The place was, I mean, I've been to this place many times. I'm not kidding. We probably over the summer we go down maybe once or twice a month, but it was packed today. Packed. I would not hesitate to say there were about 100 change people in this arcade today. It was actually maybe because there's not much to do outside, but it was packed. I mean,
Was
you
there
could
an
barely.
older gentleman walking around with one of those belts that had the change on it, so you can give
No,
him a
no,
five and he can like click click off
no.
five
That's a
up?
dying art. This place. Have you ever been to this place? I don't want to go off on a tangent about Silverball, but
No, I've only ever been to one of these types of establishments that had a handful of arcades. Other than,
th
you go to a bowling alley and they have a room with four old
I
games.
would highly recommend this place. I know it's not in your neck of the woods, but the great thing about this place is that you can get a whole day pass for a certain price, or you pay for the hour. So I think we paid $17 per hour, but it's unlimited play. So if you pay, we played the basketball shooting game too, right? You could play
Okay, yeah,
20
yeah.
times in a row. I mean, you can make that $17 up very quickly. But anyway, so I don't want to stray too far off course here. But yeah, so I went to an arcade today, and the point I guess that I'm trying to get at is that there are games from the 70s in there, the 80s, the 60s. There are games, yeah, from the past 50 years, and this place was still packed. So, all those people there didn't grow up with these games, but it's still a pretty popular thing. So,
Did they have the Aerosmith shooting game? God, I
Revolution
love that
X,
game.
they did
I
not
love
have
that game.
Revolution X, which
It's
was
not on my
basically
list, but I love that game.
let's take Terminator 2 and turn it into an Aerosmith game. All right, so without further ado, before we just lose the thread here completely, Jordan, would you like to start with your number five arcade game?
I would love to. Thank you. Number five, probably oldest game I'm going to mention,
Okay.
Centipede.
Wow, did not see that coming at
And
all.
I'm throwing Centipede on because it had the coolest mechanism for playing. It had
Okay.
the white ball in the middle.
We
I
call that a
have
trackball,
never,
just FYI.
sure, it had the it had a big old ball in the middle, which you probably see if you go to really dive bars and you have the bowling game in the back
Or
next to
the
Deer
golf
Hunter or
game,
whatever,
the
or the
game.
golf game.
Yeah, I forget what it's called.
But I just remember
Golden
sitting
Tee.
there and spinning that ball back and forth and pressing the shooting button. It was such a cool game. And then they ported it over like so many other games to I think it was the Atari,
Yeah,
um,
yeah. With which you did
which
not have the trackball.
which did not have the trackball for. But I just remember thinking that was just such a cool way to play games because I had only been playing Atari up to that point. So
Right.
to be able to play with that trackball, and it was such a simple game. It got quicker, it got faster, it got more difficult. Like most games back then, they didn't expect you to ever beat it.
Yes,
Um,
yes.
which unlike games now, when games come out and I play my games on my Xbox, the games have an end. They expect you to finish it within
Correct.
60 to 100 hours. And
3 years of
okay,
your life.
cool.
1 to 3
Um,
years of your life.
1 to 3 years of your life. But
900
I just thought
gigabytes.
it was such a fun game.
I
It's such
am
a cool mechanism to play.
I am caught off guard with that, and I do think there's something to the appeal of even now. Honestly, there's not a lot of trackball games. It's a very small. It's the like the 1% of the 1% of arcade
Yes,
games has a
yes,
trackball, right? Okay. No, I did not see that coming. That is so you were not a millipede guy. You were a centipede guy.
correct. Yeah,
Fuck millipede. That's
way too many legs. Way too many
just
legs.
centipede. That's too many legs for me.
Too
I
many
don't need that many
legs.
legs. Okay. I did not
Yeah,
expect that. That was that,
that's
and
why I
that
said
was
the oldest game,
And that's
I
yeah, I was
think.
just yeah, that's an oldest yeah. Well, maybe not on my list, but we'll see. Okay,
Well, the
all right.
oldest game on my list.
Yeah, no, no. I was trying to think like, oh, will it be the oldest game in general? But yeah, okay. I'm gonna say that we were probably. I mean, it's probably like
I don't
I
know
don't know
when
what
the
year
hell
they
it
came
came
out.
out.
Yeah, we were definitely young. I mean, I think that was old when we were in that arcade age range, right? But okay. So my number five. I hope you know this one. I think you do.
Número cinco.
Número cinco, gracias. I'm going to say the exact title. I think people misname it, but it's called Ivan, in quotes, Iron Man Stewart's Super Off-Road. Do you know this game?
I have no idea.
You
But
do. I think you
I
do.
maybe.
I'll explain it to you. Okay, so this game, first of all, I love this game. I love this game to the point where this is not even remotely a joke. You know me, other people don't. I seriously, about 4 or 5 years ago, considered buying the actual unit for my house, and then I came to my senses and realized I don't need something that weighs 500 pounds in my house. It's
Big
the
mistake.
game. Yes, it's a game. It's very simple but fun. It had three steering wheels, and it had these dirt hills and racetracks, and you
Okay.
had like a red car, a blue car, a yellow car, and
Yep.
you could
Okay.
spin the wheels.
Yep. I
And
know
the wheel,
exactly what you're talking about.
yes,
I didn't know it was called whoever
yes.
the hell that guy is.
I think people mostly called it off-road or off-road
Yeah,
challenge, but
off.
the
If you
official
said off
name,
road, I'd be like,
yeah,
okay, I know that game. But
I was
Ivan,
gonna call it that, but it's called the official title is Ivan, Iron Man in quotes, Stewart's Super Off-Road. I played this game everywhere. The movie theaters by my house had it, the arcade had it, and I'll tell you what I love about it. First of all, it's just so simple, right? One thing. Two, you could play it with two other friends, not just one, not by yourself, right? Most racing games back then, like pole position or whatever, it was like one person, right? You could play with three people at the same time. And it had this silly thing. It's so minor. I don't know if you remember this, you might not, but a lot of the racing games back then, you turn the wheel and it would eventually lock, right? You turn right and then
yes,
eventually stop.
yes,
Turn
yes,
right.
yes,
This one, you
yes.
could, if you were getting to a sharp turn, you could spin it with one hand and just let it do, a full
Yeah.
rotation about eight
But
times, grab it
do you think
and
Mr. Stewart was involved in the
creation.
building of that? Like, listen,
No.
those steering wheels got to go 360. I don't want those ever locking in. It's
I
got to
love this
be
game.
actual off-road, just like my steering wheel. in my dune
It's
buggy, or whatever the hell it was.
it's so much fun, and you could just spam nitro, right? Every game back then had nitro, nitro, nitro in
Gotta.
the turns.
It's like Fast and Furious.
You do know the game though, right? Now that I explained
Yes,
what it
yes.
was.
You got to hit the NOS button.
Yeah, not Nos. Yeah, yeah. Vin Diesel's
The
Nos
game
button.
was all about family, if I remember correctly. You got it's the most important part of Ivan
While I do
Stewart's
love this game, I
off-road.
am glad that I did not drop $3,000 to put a 40-year-old electronic device that weighed hundreds of pounds in my basement. To the point where I actually was in contact with an arcade retailer and they were on the hunt for it. And then I said, I can't do it. This is a horrible choice that I'm going to make. Okay. Anyway,
They were like, "You're are you're serious, right?
I
You
was.
really want to
I
do this?"
emailed them and they were like, "Oh, when we find one, we'll let you know." And then I eventually came to my senses and said, "This is a horrible idea." Anyway, all right, you're number four. Go ahead, please.
Number four, I'm gonna introduce it with a word that most people will understand.
This is
Uh,
intriguing.
boom shakalaka.
I just played that today with my son at the
And for
Silver Ball
those who
Museum.
don't know, NBA Jam.
Okay,
This game was so much fun.
this game was
And
everywhere.
I played the hell out of this game. And of course, when it came out to get on the console, had to grab it. It was so much fun. It was ridiculous. I had to play. I'm gonna name it out there. Got to pick the
Yeah.
New York Knicks. I'm a Knicks fan. Even
Wait, wait.
though even though the guy you would play against, the computer, they might throw out the
Yeah.
the the Bulls, and it'd be like Jordan and Horace Grant versus Ewing and Starks. You gotta.
It had so many things going for it, right? It has to kind of expand on what I was saying about the three player. You could play not just by yourself or with one person. You could play four people, right? Two v
That's
two,
right.
which
Yeah.
was pretty.
Yep.
Which was
Yep.
you had four-player games in the arcade back then, like Ninja Turtles and The Simpsons. But this was one of the few two v two, right?
Yes. Yes. And it was so much fun. I
It's
mean,
still
getting the
fun. No,
guy
it's
on
still fun. It
fire.
was
Yes.
fun, and
Okay.
it's
Yes.
still fun.
It's still fun. I think it's even more fun. It might even be more fun now just because if you happen to play with the old players. Like I don't want to play it now
Right.
and be like, oh, it's Brunson and Hart. While I love Brunson and Hart, I want to play
Bronny
as Ewing
James.
and Oakley.
Bronny James versus Trey Turner. No, nobody
Yeah,
wants
no,
to
thank you.
play
No, thank
that.
you.
You
Yeah,
know what? Another
Bronny
thing I had,
James never gets on fire though. Just saying,
it's just he never gets off the bench.
it's impossible.
Um, Another thing that was fun about it too, I think, in my opinion, was I did think the add your initials thing was cool, right?
That was cool, very cool. And I loved
Um,
and the announcer. Like there are so many games you
yeah,
play
yeah, yeah,
that like the sound was just the sound
yeah,
effects
yeah,
of
yeah,
the
yeah.
game you're
Ooh,
playing.
boom, psh. Yeah, yeah,
Exactly.
just yeah, very simple,
But this
basic.
was you were playing just to like I still say obviously boom shakalaka. He's
Boom,
on
he's on
fire.
fire. Yeah, he's heating up.
Yes. Oh, you got three in a row.
I
You're on
just played it.
fire.
I just played this game at an arcade, the real one with my son, like 8 hours ago. So yes.
Yeah.
So there you go. There's
NBA
living
Jam.
proof that it's still being played. NBA
Still
Jam.
being yes.
I love that game. Yeah. We're gonna come back to not that game specifically, but something very, very close to NBA Jam in a few minutes here. My number four, you're not I you might not even know this game exists. It's called Aliens, but it's not just generic aliens, it's based off the movie Aliens.
Okay.
It was one of my favorite. Well, I love
The
the movie
first
Aliens.
one or the second one?
Aliens,
Aliens,
plural.
so number
Yes,
two. Okay.
yes,
So number
yes.
two.
Aliens. It's another Konami game. It's a side scroller, right? And it looks like the movie. There were no Alien video games from the movie, right? Not Aliens generically again, right? No Alien franchise video games back then, right? I used to play this game all the time at the mall. My mom would actually suffer through playing this with me because I always wanted to play. I said, "We need two players." She had no idea what she was doing. I played it so often. This is true. This is back when I actually had to pay for it. I played it so often. I beat it in the arcades multiple times from scratch on less than $5. Right? We would just, hey, she's like, hey, you get $5
If you
from the
lost,
five.
was it like game
When
over, man? Game over.
it should have been, and
It's
I
how
want to
they,
do that. I want to do that movie soon.
we'll
Uh,
have to do that because I was actually recently thinking about aliens today and the fact that as you get older, the really scary part about the Alien
I know where you're
franchise
going. Just go ahead.
is
Yeah, go
not
ahead.
is not the aliens, but the
Carter Burke.
capitalism,
Carter Burke.
the capitalism that just completely you're
So at least they
completely
don't
owned.
Fuck each
But
other for a goddamn percentage. Yes.
yeah, okay. But anyway, that
All right.
oh,
Yeah. So I love this game. It was a two-player simultaneous side scroller shooting game. It looked awesome. It was basically here's the closest comparison I can give it. It was Ninja Turtles with guns, and
it's
aliens. That's all.
I feel like I can see it in my mind's eye, as it were.
If you looked it up
Um,
on YouTube, you'd probably be like, "Oh
I'd
yeah."
probably be like, oh shit, I know this game.
I played it so many times. I beat it not once, multiple times in the arcade with my
Not once, not twice, but
but
three
three times the
times.
charm. Which brings us
Oh,
to which you're number three, Jordan. What do you
oh.
have next for us? Thank you.
Odd, Oddly enough, we're really talking about games where multiple people can play them.
Yeah.
My number three game is my second oldest,
Okay.
and it's Gauntlet.
Oh, wait, Gauntlet one or
I
Gauntlet? Was it Gauntlet one or two, or does it really
I'm
matter? I guess just say
assuming it
Gauntlet.
was number one,
Okay.
but Gauntlet, this game was just, and I was never into. It took a long time before I enjoyed like the fantasy type
Yeah, yeah.
of stuff to the point where I guess we'll get into it, but I was more of a Star Wars space guy, but now
Yeah.
I can enjoy the long walks of Lord of the Rings. But Gauntlet and picking the warrior or the female warrior or
Yep.
the wizard or the
There's elves too,
archer.
right? Right. Or
Yeah, the
Archer, right? Yeah,
archer,
Archer, yeah.
yeah, which was an elf.
Yeah.
I mean, basically, it was Lord of the Rings, but like the generic Lord of the Rings. It was
So
it was like in Spaceballs when they thought they got the ragtag group, and it was really just their stunt doubles. It was like this is the Lord of the Rings stunt doubles. It was Randolph instead of
just so you
Gandalf.
know, the arcade that I went to today has every single one of your games that you mentioned at it.
God damn, if only it wasn't so far away. Anyway, Gauntlet was so much fun. You got all those weird things coming, those skeletons coming at you. Yeah, when you would pick up the piece of meat, and it'd be like, yum.
Yeah.
And you could,
Yeah. Yes. Yes. Yes.
yum.
Yes. Yeah,
It
although
was
sometimes
just,
trying to find a key or getting to like a
you had to
lock,
find the key, and all
you
of a
get
sudden,
to
like,
what you thought was the bottom of the maze, and you're like, God damn it, I can't get
yes,
through here.
yeah, yeah. And you're like, oh, the exit's on the other thing. This was just I thought this was it, but it was just another thing I have to fight through to
Oh,
get to another door to get the key to come back. Yes, it
your
was just so
princess
much
is in
fun.
another castle.
God damn it, Toad.
No, Gauntlet is yeah, Gauntlet is fun. And I know there were four characters, but I think you could play four players too, if I'm not mistaken, right?
You could. That
Yeah.
was my point. It's like this was another game where you could have it was like that weird quadrangle
Yes, yeah, yeah.
type of
Like the
thing.
end, if you were on the ends, like player one and four would be on an angle towards the monitor, I think is what you're
Yes.
saying, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, that is
Thankfully the monitor was, the flat screen plasma so you can see it LED so you can really
not,
see
yeah.
a crisp thing. It wasn't one of those.
300-pound CRTs.
Yes. Yeah,
That,
you could if that fell on you you'd be murdered.
which is one, this is one of the biggest, literally and metaphorically, one of the biggest reasons why I did not buy the arcade game from a house. I was like, I don't want
Because
something with enough voltage to kill me and my entire family if I accidentally touch it in the bag. I'm good. And it weighs 400 pounds.
it
No,
weighs
thank you.
400 pounds. It can murder
Yeah.
you in two
It's,
different ways. It
it can,
slices, it dices, it electrocutes you and crushes you.
okay. All right. My number three, I believe. Unless you had
Yes.
something else to say about it. You're good on that one?
Gauntlet,
Okay.
awesome.
Go on it. All
My
right.
second oldest.
Okay. So here's a game. I don't know if you know this. You may because you're a video game nerd like I am too. This game is called the official. Here's another one that I think it's
Another one
misnamed,
with
but
a
it's
ridiculous
actually
name.
the real name. It's called officially NHL Open Ice. Okay.
Uh, how old is this?
Okay, no, no.
How-
So I was in quotes this close, right, to having NBA Jam in this spot. I'm glad I didn't put it there. Then I remembered this game. So this game is something that most people don't even know exists, which is sounding from your reaction that you don't know exists. It was actually made by the exact same company as NBA Jam, and it is the exact same game, right? So the same company made it. It's the same game. You picture NBA Jam, switch it and make
Yes.
it hockey. It's the
There was a very similar game. They must have stolen from this. So back in the day, I think it was
oh, I know what you're
Nintendo
talking about. Hit the
64.
ice.
Wayne
Hit the
Gretzky. It
ice.
was no, it was Wayne Gretzky's hockey or something,
Okay.
where you could like shoot the puck in a certain way, and
Yeah.
you would put the puck on fire, and it would hit the
I
goalie and
think
knock
you're
him in
thinking of
through
this
the
game
nets.
because this
But it
game
was a
came out.
Wayne. Maybe it was. Maybe it was. When did this come out?
It was after NBA Jam. It's the same company.
Same
It's the
company.
same to the point where if you get 3 goals in a row, you get a hat trick. The net catches on fire, right? You can do spinning
This
shots
might
and
have
jump
been
in
the
the air.
exact same. This might have been
Yeah.
well, I didn't jump in the air on this one. You could like hit
I
someone
mean,
and
so
send
if
them
you're
like
like holding down
flying.
turbo and there's certain, it's just like NBA Jam, you can do different dunks, right? If you hold down turbo while you're shooting, you'll spin around, do a 360, you'll, you
The
know,
one shots,
yeah, and you can do one timers, which was
one timers.
actually
That's a one
for
timer. Man,
for
I said
video
one shot.
game
I should just
a
slam my
one
head in a
shot.
door.
I thought you're a hockey fan, you
I,
phony.
d- Listen, the
I know. Our teams are in we're in 15th and 16th place
we're,
respectively. It's
it's
nothing.
the
we
building's on fire, and I want the GM to be tossed down in the
we
trash. And I want him to have a whoops moment with Casey Jones.
Yeah, when
Um,
your teams, Jordan and I are fans of different NHL teams, and our teams are respectively in dead last and next to dead last. So there's basically no joy in shit talking this season. But anyway, the point that I want to get back to with video games and not hockey is that it's made by the same company, it has the same announcer. I mean, the phrases are different, obviously, right? But it's the same announcer. It is the exact. It's not me subjectively saying this. It's the exact same game, but they switched it with hockey. If you, Jordan specifically, or anybody else loves NBA Jam and loves hockey, you'll love this game. It's a complete unappreciated classic that most people don't even know exists. It's amazing. Look it up. Jordan NHL Open
and
Ice.
probably people don't know it exists because for whatever reason, hockey has always had a lower standing in the sports totem pole in
Yes.
America.
Well, that's a whole other conversation, which I'm happy to
That
do a
is.
podcast about, but I don't know if we want to delve into sports. But
That is the
uh,
only reason why NHL is no longer dead last is because the MLS came out and America still doesn't
yeah,
want to follow soccer.
I will
So
tell you
I
this.
do. So there we go.
I
NHL is
I've
like,
been in
we're not last anymore. We're next to last.
I've been in a lot of arcades in my life. Um, and I've seen this game in one arcade ever. I've never seen it in
Because
more. I
it's
saw it
hockey.
down. Yeah, it was one arcade, and it was there for like one season, and it was gone. And I've never seen it before since. It pops up on eBay once every 6 years. Some random guy's trying to sell it for $6,000. But yeah. Anyway, okay, you're number two, and yes, MLS. Thank you for getting NHL out of the bottom spot in United
He's
States
like,
sports.
please buy this for $6,000. I have medical bills.
Yes,
Um,
oh, plasma. Okay.
the healthcare system's a mess. Please buy this.
Please, please, that guy wants me to buy his bed purchase that I almost made. It just keeps going, right? Like I was gonna
Correct.
make it, and then
Yeah.
someone buys mine, and then someone
It's
buys his. It's just a,
yes.
this is a good idea for you. It was a bad
It's a
idea.
chainmail. It's a
Yeah,
chainmail for just if you don't buy this.
just bad midlife mistakes, bad financial decisions.
This is the cheapest midlife crisis I had. I was
Oh, yeah, right. I'm like, some people
this
buy
is
a
pretty
Corvette.
cheap.
I bought a
Yeah.
$3,000 40-year-old arcade machine that I'll probably get bored of in 3 weeks because I can just. All right.
I didn't
Anyway.
buy anything. I'm just doing a podcast.
I have an arcade in my basement. Maybe one day I'll post a picture of it, but it's one that
Yeah.
I made myself. But anyway, okay. You're number two. What do you have, Jordan?
Number two, for anyone listening to this and yelling, why haven't they mentioned any fighting games yet?
Okay. Okay.
This is probably where we get very close. Number
Yeah.
two
Yep.
for me
Yep.
is Street Fighter 2.
Oh, this was this. I had a very hard
Not
internal battle between
Street
this and Mortal
Fighter,
Kombat.
Street Fighter 2.
Have you played Street Fighter? Just Street Fighter?
I have
It's
bad.
fucking horrible. It's
Yes.
unplayable, honestly. It
Whoever
is. It's
I feel
unplayable.
like someone got there and were like, listen, you got something good here, but this is a piece of shit.
How did
We're
number
gonna
two get
add some
greenlit?
more.
How did this? We sold 6 copies of Street Fighter. We should make a sequel. Yes. But
Yes,
yes, go ahead. Go
done,
ahead. Go ahead.
done.
Talk about Street
It's
Fighter 2. I'm sorry.
but it is rather amazing that this could be so bad and have gotten a sequel. It's kind of like the fact that Avatar got two more movies.
Street Fighter 2
Um,
is so popular that there's a character from Street Fighter 2, and please do not say it. I'm going to hint at it. There's a character from Street Fighter 2 that has its own subgenre on a certain websites.
Blanca?
Yeah, yeah, okay. There's a certain genre of videos that you can find on certain websites that's from this series. Anyway, okay, go ahead. Talk about Street Fighter 2. Go ahead.
Listen, you could find subgenres on
I'm
Sonic
talking
and
about
Tails.
Ken and Ryu, of course. But
I thought you
yes,
were
go
talking
ahead.
about for
Yeah,
Sonic and Tails.
Honda or
Sonic is pregnant again.
Fig-
So it's like, listen,
okay, for real. Talk about Street Fighter. Go ahead. Talk about Street
talk
Fighter.
about okay. So if you go to chunleysfeet.com, no, I'm
Yes.
kidding. I'm sure it
This
exists.
was the, I don't want to steal it from you and you could talk about it in a second, but this was, all kidding aside, we're getting way off track, but all kidding aside, wi- between this and
Sonic
Mortal
Boom.
Kombat, it's probably, these are the two most influential. First of all, the two most influential fighting games of all time. I don't care what anybody says. And even if you take out the fighting aspect of it, they're probably in the top 20 influential games, period, of any genre, in my opinion.
It's gotta be because they were so many, often imitated, never duplicated.
100%. I'm
Um,
serious. Yeah, absolutely.
but it was so much fun. This was the game where I remember, you put the quarter and on
Yeah, I'm up
the
next.
screen and be like,
I'm
oh,
up
I got
next.
next, I got winner.
I'm up.
Um,
I get winner.
I still remember when this came out
KO.
for for the SNES because I'm like, after playing it again, another one of those games where after playing it so many times in the arcade, I was like, I have to buy this game. I have to get this game. Um, and it was just, I mean, Blanca. I love Blanca. I love spamming with the. Actually, I did hate cheaters. The
Oh, with
cheat people.
the electric charge.
Well, the electric charge, or
As
when
you just
you would
finger
kneel
bang high
down,
punch.
or when no, when you that, or when you kneel down and you just do like the
Yeah, 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 yeah,
side
yeah.
kick, and the guy just never you never land.
I
But
I gotta be honest with you.
Hadouken,
I knew a lot of the moves, but I wasn't one of those people who knew every move for everybody. And I
sonic
would usually
boom.
get the complaints from other people, and I would always say, "Listen, I get it, but the intent is for me to win."
And M Bison was such a mother that it's. But
You mean
Street Fighter 2 was
Gomez?
so much better.
Gomez?
Yes,
Gomez Adams?
Gomez Adams. We should do that movie. Um, for
100% on board with
you,
that.
for you, the day M Bison came to your town was the most important day of your life. But for me, it was a Tuesday. So I've actually killed Matt right now. He's currently unable
Oh
to
my
speak. But
God. Street Fighter the
but
movie is the best thing ever made. All right, go ahead.
um but I just love this game. It was so much fun. And the fun of it was trying to learn, for me anyway, was trying to learn. Like you had your favorite, right?
And this
Like
was
I
also
wasn't
before, it's not, I didn't mean to cut you off, I'm sorry, but this is also before, I mean, now you just Google what are the moves, how you do special moves for this character, what are the special moves for that character, right? 1990s when this came out, there was no, let me look, there's somebody had to tell you, you had to buy a magazine, you had to, oh, what is that? What did I just do, right? You'd had to figure it out,
I
right?
mean,
That was it.
yeah, it came out early 90s, like 92, 93. I know that only because I bought it when I was still living in Brooklyn,
Still living?
still
How you
living in
living?
Brooklyn
Minus the G?
in living color. That's how I'm living. And yeah, it's so much fun. Such a great
I
game.
don't think any game, any fighting game other than Mortal Kombat rivaled this game. There was Virtua Fighter, never didn't come close. Tekken didn't come close, right?
People are probably going to argue about that because there's a lot of
I don't. They can
I
argue
don't
all
give a
they
shit.
want. I don't think
You
any
can eat shit. You
Mortal
hear me?
Kombat
You hear me,
is the
Tekken fans? You can eat shit. Soul Calibur, fuck
Mortal
off.
Kombat is the only game that even came close to competing with Street Fighter. Everybody else
Marvel
was.
versus Capcom, don't give a shit.
Well, that doesn't count. That's just like let's take some Street Fighter characters and put Mega Man in there. But okay. Anything else you want to say about Street Fighter?
No, I'm good. That's
Besides
it. Street Fighter.
ChunLi'sFeet.com. Okay. My number two. This is my oldest game. My oldest game. Miss Pac-Man. Not
Miss
Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
Miss Pac-Man. And this kind of goes back to what you were saying.
This might get me angry,
I'm
but
paraphrasing here. You kind of said something about like games where you don't beat them, right? You just play for the score. I am not
yes,
generally speaking a fan of games where you can't win necessarily, right? You're just playing for score, right? There's no way to beat it. You just, hey,
yes.
I got 50,000, you got 51,000, right? Like Donkey Kong or whatever, right? And I know that Pac-Man is we'll call it Mr. Pac-Man, right?
Mr.
Pac-Man,
Pac-Man.
Mr. Pac-Man is the OG game, but Mrs. Pac-Man, in my subjective opinion, or actually I should say objective opinion.
Was it
Uh,
Mrs. or Ms.? Were they
oh, I'm sorry.
married?
It was Ms.
Ms.
Senora Pac-Man, not
Okay.
Senorita. Senora Pac-Man.
No, 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 Ms. Senorita Pac-Man, not
Senorita,
Senora.
no, Senorita is like is the single one.
Ms.
Senora,
I thought so. Wait,
no,
she's
Senora,
Mrs.
Senora
I
is
know,
married.
but she was it Ms. Pac-Man or Mrs.?
She is Ms. Pac-Man.
Yeah,
She's not
Ms.
married.
Unmarried.
Yeah.
Senorita.
Oh yes, sorry, Lo siento.
Wow.
Yes, Ms. Period. MS. Period. Pac-Man. Yes, Jordan's doing the
She's
second motion.
unattached.
Um, this game is much more fun than Pac-Man.
You hear that, boys? She's single.
Ready to mingle. Mrs. Pac-Man is much better in my opinion because Pac-Man, the OG Pac-Man, had one board. Nothing changed. The speed of the goals changed, but it was one board over and over and over. Miss Pac-Man, the boards changed. There were about, I don't even know, probably 10, 20 different boards. I didn't get that far, right? But anyway, Miss Pac-Man has different levels. It's very basic. but I love it. So it's a classic. There's not much to say about it. It's one screen, but I love this game. It has great replay value. I still play it.
I like when she died, her pink bow stayed on the ground.
I can't. I'm gonna hum the music, but
Something
that's ridiculous.
something to remember me by. My
I
pink bow.
I want to make sure we have enough time to spend on our biggest games, and there's not much to say about Pac-Man. It is just a maze that never really changes other than a little bit, right? So,
Yes.
what is your big reveal here? Your number one. I swear to God, I hope it's not the same as mine. I have a feeling it might be, but go
Number
ahead, just say it.
one, Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yes. I'm just
Number
excited we don't have the same one. Okay,
one.
okay.
Now, Street Fighter 2, and I'm doing this because as a young lad, the fact that Mortal Kombat said, you know what Street Fighter was missing? Super violence and blood. And forget just that. They did
Well, plus the
something that
digitized
Street Fighter,
graphics.
I was gonna say, what Mortal Kombat did that Street Fighter didn't or couldn't do maybe at the time. Street Fighter is a cartoonish.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's
that's what it was.
pixelated.
It's
Yeah,
anime.
yep,
It's
yep,
quote unquote animated. Whereas
yep.
Mortal Kombat introduced this, you know, as well for the time,
Yeah.
realistic looking
Well,
characters,
yeah. So those
blood flying everywhere.
characters.
It made parents lose their mind to the point where I think the Nintendo port of Blood was not red, but for
No,
Sega,
yeah.
you got red. In the arcade, you got red. The moves were violent.
Fatalities too, which was a complete different thing than Street
Fatalities.
Fighter.
They
Ripping.
made they made so many pearls. So many pearls were clutched over Mortal Kombat.
Let me tell you something. If I had to pick, I pick Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter because I tell you, my 13-year-old self, when I saw Sub-Zero grab the person's head and rip his whole spinal column out of his body, I said,
Yes.
this is just, I'm in. I'm
Get
in.
over here.
I'm in. This is better
When
than.
Scorpion rips off his face, shows a skull, and then he shoots fire out of his mouth, and you think to yourself, if you could do that, why didn't you do that from the beginning? You probably could have won this without having to punch and kick your way through. Um, but yeah, so
No,
much, so
yeah,
much,
I
so brutal compared to now the Street Fight. The thing that I love about this game, and as the two games, Street Fighter and Mortal Kombat, can coexist because they're so different in terms of what even though they're both fighting games, they're different in my opinion because one is supposed to be a little bit flashier and
yeah.
brighter and more
Hmm.
colorful and everything out, where Mortal Kombat was just supposed to be like, I'm gonna hit you so hard you fly off this perch and
Land
land
on a
in
spike.
spikes.
Yeah, yep.
And it was so awesome. So awesome.
No, it's in Mortal Kombat 2 maybe, but I don't think I mean that game is just it still looks good in my opinion. It still works.
Yes. So
I
yeah,
don't think
Mortal
you need the
Kombat.
3D. Okay, Mortal Kombat. I don't think that's a concern. I don't think that's a
If you don't like it, too bad.
yeah,
Eat
I don't think
shit.
you get much argument out of people on that one. My number one, I thought you were gonna have. I'm shocked it's not in your top five. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I am shocked.
This was next to NBA Jam.
Okay. Yeah, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I'm actually just happy we don't have this one as the same one. When you didn't do it two, three, four, or five, I'm like, oh shit, we're gonna have the same number one. We'll just talk about it
No,
more.
no.
But
Love this game.
Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles is in capital letters the game in my opinion, right? It came out during peak Ninja Turtles frenzy, right? I mean, it was like perfect timing. It wasn't too early, it wasn't too late. It was everywhere. Pizza places had this game, bowling alleys had this game, arcade, diners, arcades, you name it. If you went out it was there, right? It was everywhere. It was a license to print money, right? And it's a basic game, right? It's a side scroll. You just jump and attack. That's all it is.
Jump,
But
yeah, yeah. Great game.
I
Love this game. And you would throw the character into the screen.
that
This is
was the
the one
second
that you
one. That
could.
was Turtles in Time, but it was
God
the first one.
damn
I know
it.
you. This is the second time, third time you're out. But
Oh,
no, this game was everywhere. I would please go to pizza. Please give me a quarter. Please, mom. Anywhere I saw this game, please give me money. Please give me a quarter. Please give me 50 cents. Please give me $1. I just want to play this game. Pizza, food's gonna be here soon. Please give me a quarter. I play this game everywhere. And okay, to circle back, the arcade that I built for myself in my basement, it has the artwork from the Ninja Turtles game, so you know that I love this game. And
you
plus,
did that because of April O'Neil.
yeah, not
I
which one?
remember the artwork on the side of that side of that cabinet.
Which one? I'm looking. I'm actually looking at it right
You're
now.
looking at April O'Neil with
Uh,
the yellow jumpsuit.
AprilNeilsFeed.com. Plus,
Yes.
you could play again. You could play it four people at
These
the
are
same.
Reddits. Those are probably Reddits. They're not websites, but you could probably find that on Reddit.
You could play with
Go.
four people at the same time. And you know what's fun about this game? you'd be playing by yourself and a random kid would just jump in like, oh, cool, I got Donatello, and then some other random
Yeah,
kid would jump on
yeah.
and like, this is great, we're in this together, right? And then some
This
of the
is
kids would
this
give up
this
halfway
game. I
through.
think I might have. I remember playing this game. Like I just remember playing this game uh
Oh,
standing on like milk crates because I couldn't reach the top of it.
to
It was so much
use
fun.
one of your lines with movies, I don't remember a time without this game, if that makes sense. To use one, you said that about
Yes,
movies, right? Like, I don't remember a time where I
yes,
didn't see this movie. I don't remember a time where I wasn't like, oh my God, I love this game.
yes.
I see it. There
Great
it
game.
is. I another one of the few games that I beat in the arcade. But I love this game, my number one. But we're almost out of time. I think Jordan had
I
something, an
did.
honorable
I
mention that he wanted to
do.
bring up.
So this game, um, this was college for me. I didn't enjoy this game, which is why it wasn't on my list. But this
Okay.
game was the biggest fucking thing when I was in college.
I have no idea where this is going, legitimately.
This is Dance Dance Revolution.
Oh, I did not.
This game, I
That was not on my bingo
remember,
card.
I remember, and again, I didn't put this on my list because it wasn't my game. I didn't play this game,
Yeah.
but I remember watching people in between classes at Rutgers. Yes, okay, I went to Rutgers. Don't try to search me up. It's not that interesting. But when I was at Rutgers, people would play this game. They would skip class. Jackets would be taken off, backpacks on the ground, sweaty like they just played 2 hours of five
You're
on
not a
five
real fan.
on
We call it
basketball.
DDR.
Well,
DDR.
I had DDR written down, but I wanted to let people know,
Yes.
people in the know,
People that
that
know
it's
would know what
Dance
DDR
Dance
is. You
Revolution. But not
phony.
everyone's in the know here. I don't know who's listening.
My mom is listening and she does not know what DDR means. So I'm glad that you
There you
said
go.
Dance Dance
So
Revolution.
Dance Dance Revolution, Mom,
I,
and you
as
really shook it on the dance floor with the and this game probably is responsible for shit like Guitar Hero and whatnot because
a
this was
hundred,
like
that's not even
the
debatable. I don't think
arrows,
that's not even debate.
right foot,
Yeah.
right foot,
I,
left foot, and then it's like,
yes.
oh, blue, green, yellow. I mean, this is the reason why we had so many of these uh, timed press a button games that came out. But this game, I'm just telling you, the amount of sweaty kids that would come out of the room where we had some like pool tables and arcade games at Rutgers in the lounge area. Um, they would just spend their whole goddamn day dancing on that thing. So I wanted to
Yeah, I
bring
mean,
that up.
full disclosure before we run out of time here, I play about five different instruments and I somehow still suck at Dance Dance Revolution. I was never good at it. But anyway, okay, I'm glad that you brought that up, the honorable
Can't.
mention here.
I mean, and the dance moves they carry over. You can definitely do
I
left foot,
can't.
left
I
foot.
I
I'm
can
kidding.
play
You
multiple
can't.
instruments. I can't
No.
dance to save my life, though. But all right, we
Well,
are
I
out of
mean,
time
we are
here.
both white, so
I'm
the
gonna. I,
rhythm,
I'm not gonna. It's gonna get you.
the rhythm.
Uh,
Well, it got close during the
Tonight.
halftime show at Super Bowl. The rhythm almost got me. For
All
those
right,
of us who were afraid of the rhythm during the Super Bowl.
let's just stop on that. We're gonna run out of time, and we're gonna lose our sponsors that we don't have. All right. All right. Thank you, Jordan. Thank you, everybody, for listening. Real quick before we
Thank
wrap
you,
up here,
Mateo, and thank you those listening.
please, everybody who's been listening or anybody new out there, please like, follow, and subscribe on Apple,
And
Spotify, or
comment if you
YouTube,
have something to say. Just
and
say
comment.
something, please.
All right, everybody. We're gonna wrap it up. We're gonna call it a day here. Thanks, everyone, for listening. We will see you all next week.
Good journey, everyone.
Good journey.